Alright guys, so welcome back to another brand new video. I hope you guys are all doing well today. I want to talk about Bitcoin, of course, give you guys an update on what is exactly happening with Bitcoin right now. So you guys clearly see Bitcoin is back up at $30,000. Yesterday we saw Bitcoin just below 30k. It was sitting around 29,800, somewhere around there. But you guys clearly see right now Bitcoin is in fact slightly having a slight pump back up to $30,000. So Bitcoin is still, holding pretty strong at 30,400. You guys can clearly see. And overall, the market today is still, holding up pretty well. Yesterday, we saw a fair few altcoins like Solana and Chainlink, right? Chainlink yesterday was absolutely pumping. And today, right, Chainlink is still holding pretty strong, right? Where is Chainlink? Right here. Okay, and you guys clearly see Chainlink. I remember Chainlink was like in the top 20 or the top like 18 crypto coins, right, in the crypto market. But right now it's sitting at number 12. So it seems like Chainlink could potentially be moving up to the top 10. Okay, and you guys know how much I love Chainlink, how much I am invested into Chainlink, right? And, later on in today's video, I might go ahead and talk about Chainlink, give you guys a little update what is exactly happening with Chainlink more in depth, right? But for right now, I want to talk more about Bitcoin. But yeah, Chainlink is still pumping. You guys can see for the past week, it's up over 40%, 41%. For the past month, 30 days, it's up 48%, almost 49%, right? And today, right, for the past 24 hours, it's up 16.4%. Okay, and you guys clearly see Chainlink for the first time ever in a while, like over a year, it's now back up at $10, over $10, right? $10.51. So Chainlink is looking pretty good, right? It really, really is. But yes, like I said, okay, I will in fact make a video today. So once you're watching this video, there will in fact, be a video up for Chainlink. I want to talk more about Chainlink, why it's pumping and whatnot. So stay tuned for that video. But yeah, overall, Solana today is not really moving, but yesterday we saw it moving. Even for the past few days, we have seen Solana moving, and you guys can see for the past month, Solana has been absolutely pumping up to the upside. Okay, it pumped over 53% for the past 30 days, and it's pretty much sitting at $30. So Solana is looking pretty good as well. And you guys can see other altcoins like Ethereum, okay, it's still holding pretty strong at $1,600, just below 1,700, and it's up, over 3%, right? So yeah, altcoins are looking pretty good as usual. Okay, we are in fact seeing some altcoins pumping 1%, 4%. Look at Avalanche, right, pumping 4% back at $10. That's great to see for AVAX. And yeah, many more other altcoins are in fact performing pretty well. And you guys see Bitcoin is just up 1.7% for the past 24 hours. So overall, the crypto market is looking pretty good, right? We are up 1% overall for the market. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's get through these Bitcoin charts. Okay, so clearly right here, guys, okay, and I told you guys many times, in the next bull market, right, it's going to be completely different compared to these other bull markets that we have in fact been previously seeing for Bitcoin throughout Bitcoin history. In the next bull market, which is going to be 2024, and of course throughout 2025 especially, Bitcoin's going to pump. Trillions of dollars will be poured into Bitcoin. Trillions, not billions, trillions, guys. So you can just imagine how much Bitcoin's going to pump, right? And of course, it's going to be a lot of FOMO as usual. And of course, Bitcoin spot ETFs are going to get approved very, very soon. There's a fair few deadlines coming up in the next few weeks. Okay, and of course, the next few months, of course, early, next year in 2024, there is in fact a fair few deadlines. So I'm telling you right now, the SEC, Gary Gensler has no option here but to pretty much approve a Bitcoin spot ETF. And I told you guys, when a Bitcoin spot ETF does in fact get approved, the rest will get approved, right? So Bitcoin's going to absolutely pump, guys. Just you guys wait. So it says here, this is not 2019. Bitcoin is beginning and a more advanced bull run. And that is very, very true, right? We're going to easily see Bitcoin go back up to its previous all-time highs, which is around, 69K. That's where we saw Bitcoin sitting at around November of 2021, right? That's when we saw Bitcoin at its all-time highs at 69K, almost 70K. Bitcoin's going to easily reach that. And I really do believe we could potentially see that happen for Bitcoin, around 2024. At the end of that year in 2024, I do in fact see Bitcoin, pumping back up to its previous all-time highs and reaching a new all-time high. That's easily going to happen, right? So the future is looking pretty bright for Bitcoin. And you guys clearly see, it looks like the same sort of similar structure and pattern is happening for Bitcoin. I told you guys many times, I'm not a real believer of history repeating itself, but it seems like it's going to happen, right? Seems like, okay, these same patterns will occur for Bitcoin. So what happened in 2020? We had the COVID crash in 2020, and then we saw Bitcoin slightly recovering up to the upside when it reached a bottom, right, in 2020. Okay, and that's when the halving happened around, May or so. Okay, and then we saw Bitcoin absolutely popping up to the upside. Pretty much the same thing is happening right now. What happened, just last November 2022, we had the FTX crash, right? So we had the FTX crash, and then we saw Bitcoin, absolutely collapsing, and we saw other altcoins, pretty much the entire crypto market was in fact collapsing because of it. Okay, and Bitcoin was sitting at around $15.4 thousand at that time, right, in November. And remember, November, December, we didn't really see, Bitcoin moving as much. And then, of course, early 2023, this year, we saw Bitcoin absolutely, moving up to the upside, right? So it seems like, okay, the same pattern's going to happen, okay, right? So Bitcoin's slowly recovering. Okay, we already reached bottom, just like what the COVID crash did. And you guys can see the FTX crash did the exact same thing. We hit a bottom, and now Bitcoin, we are in fact seeing it slowly recovering up to the upside, forming a new pattern to the upside. Okay, so that means a bull run is about to happen. And we know the halving is right around the corner. Our next Bitcoin halving is going to happen. A lot of people, it's going to happen, saying it's going to happen April next year in 2024. So once it happens, we're going to see Bitcoin pump. We know this is where Bitcoin tends to pump the most, right? And I will talk more about the Bitcoin halving later in this video. But yes, it's looking like Bitcoin's ready to pump, guys. Okay, so be ready for that. So yes, we had plenty of breakouts for Bitcoin. We have been seeing a lot of breakouts for Bitcoin actually throughout this year in 2023. We had the first breakout, we had the second breakout. We're about to see a third breakout. In fact, okay, we're already seeing right now for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is in fact having a breakout back up to $30,000. And I feel like it's really important for us right now to keep an eye for Bitcoin around, 32K. And once Bitcoin touches 32K or even surpasses 32K, I think that's when the next leg up is going to happen for Bitcoin. So we will potentially see Bitcoin, go back up to around $35,000 and higher in the next upcoming few weeks, even the next upcoming few months, right? It's very, very possible for Bitcoin. So short term for Bitcoin is still, looking pretty good. Okay, it really, really is. Bitcoin is still holding very, very strong, right? So yes, 32K, like I said, if we break this resistance line, this is where we should be seeing Bitcoin having the next leg up. So once we see Bitcoin break out from this resistance line of around, 32K, it's going to have another leg up, right, to the upside. So potentially we're going to see Bitcoin reach up to like 35K and even higher potentially, right? So we will see, but time will tell. So short term, Bitcoin is still looking, pretty good. Okay, it really, really is. So yes, Bitcoin, we are in fact about to enter the next green zone, the green phase. Okay, we have been in this bear market for a very long time. I think almost upcoming up to 2 years now. 2 years, okay, being in a bear market. And this is, okay, probably the longest bear market that we have been in. And I told you guys this many times, this bear market is about to be over and we're about to have a bull run and enter the next bull market, right? So the next green wave is coming for Bitcoin, and this chart just clearly shows you guys that, right? So be ready for all my Bitcoin holders out there. If you guys are still accumulating, I hope you guys are accumulating right now at this level where we are right now, because we are in fact in the accumulation phase. We are still in the buy zone. I've been telling us that many, many times. And I really do hope you guys are in fact accumulating as much Bitcoin, even your favorite altcoins, as much as you possibly can right now, because this is the perfect time to buy into the market. Right, this is the perfect time to DCA, dollar cost average, right? It really, really is, guys. So that's that. So understand, okay, the next upcoming few months, we're going to see Bitcoin pump, right? Most likely. Yes, we will potentially see Bitcoin have more pullbacks back down to the downside. Who really, really knows? But understand, the halving is about to happen, and we know exactly what that means, guys, okay? Long term, okay, in the next upcoming few years, of course, 2024 and 2025, we're going to see Bitcoin pump, okay? So be ready for that. So Mags has tweeted this out, and I love what he says here. Let's keep it simple what's going to happen with Bitcoin, in the next upcoming few years, okay, even the next upcoming few months. So it says here, breakout of a reaccumulation in the next few months, $48,000 to $50,000 before halving. And I totally do agree with that. I've been telling you guys many times that I do see Bitcoin reaching at least 50K. Okay, I've said this many times, but I do see Bitcoin reaching, around 50K, maybe towards the end of this year in 2023. I don't even know if that's going to happen, or maybe most likely early next year in 2024. So yes, we will potentially see Bitcoin reach 50K before the halving. Okay, and then of course, it says here number 3, pullback and consolidation post halving, new all-time high by the end of 2024. And I told you guys that many times. Once the halving actually happens for Bitcoin, we're not gonna see Bitcoin pump straight away, right? Throughout Bitcoin history, when the halving happens, we don't see Bitcoin pump straight away, right? You got to give it a few months time and then it will pump. So I told you guys, the end of the year in 2024, that's when we're going to see the real bull run. Okay, we're going to see Bitcoin pumping, and of course throughout 2025 it's going to really pump. And it says it right here, right? 2025 is going to be an amazing year for Bitcoin and crypto, right? What happened in 2021, what happened in 2017 will happen in the year 2025 pretty much. So be ready, guys, right? Be ready, because Bitcoin's about to enter a new all-time high. And of course, okay, it's going to have a bull run, of course. So be ready, guys. Okay, be ready for that. Marcus Saylor has tweeted this out. And he says here, Bitcoin beats big tech. So NASDAQ versus Bitcoin. Okay, so this is a performance since August 10th of 2020, when MicroStrategy started to adopt and accumulate into Bitcoin. And you guys can see the returns here. Bitcoin 147% and NASDAQ 18%. So Bitcoin is obviously the clear winner. And I feel like a lot of people aren't fact saying, if Michael Saylor invested, instead of putting it into like Bitcoin, if he put it into like, other assets like, let's just say gold or silver or bonds, right? Or even NASDAQ, right? He'll be down. And I know Michael Saylor right now is down from Bitcoin because, obviously, he bought some Bitcoin and whatnot, throughout the years in 2020, 2021, and throughout 2022, right? But I know overall it's going to, go back up. We're about to enter the next bull market. So if you guys really think about it, okay, Michael Saylor made the right move to go with Bitcoin, because if he invested into any other, asset, right? If MicroStrategy invested into any asset, they'll be down even more. Whereas Bitcoin, okay, you guys can see the difference here. So it's amazing, right? And this is why, guys, Bitcoin is always the winner, okay, out of all these other asset classes, right? Just stick with Bitcoin, okay, long term. So this is what I really wanted to show you guys, the halving, okay? So only 180 days until the next Bitcoin halving. Only 180 days left, guys, until the Bitcoin halving, the next Bitcoin halving, right? Our 4th halving. Okay, so you guys have to understand, time is ticking. Bitcoin's about to pump. I'm telling you this right now. Bitcoin is about to pump. Trillions of dollars going to be poured into Bitcoin, and we're going to see Bitcoin absolutely, pumping up to the upside throughout 2024, and of course, especially 2025. And you guys can see, okay, every single time we have a halving, okay, this is where Bitcoin pumps, right? So we had a first halving, okay, Bitcoin was at $12, and then it pumped, right? And it reached $1,100, and then it dropped again, of course. And then our second halving, Bitcoin was sitting at $675, and then it pumped all the way up to $19,000, right? And this was in 2017, of course, right? And then Bitcoin had a drop, right? And then our third halving, our most previous halving, we saw Bitcoin sitting at $9,670, okay? And then what happened? Bitcoin pumped into the next bull market, and then it pumped all the way up to 69K. And now this is where we are right now, okay? So next halving, where will we see Bitcoin sitting at? Will we see Bitcoin sitting at, maybe $40,000 or $50,000? We will see, but I really do believe, before the halving, yes, we're going to see Bitcoin reach at least 50K, okay? And once the halving happens, yes, we're going to see Bitcoin around 50K to 60K, and then it's going to easily go back up to its previous all-time highs and reach a new all-time high. And from there on, it's going to be history. So understand, guys, time is ticking. This right now is the perfect time to buy as much Bitcoin as you possibly can. I can't stress that enough. I've been telling us that many times. I don't want you guys to miss this once in a lifetime opportunity on buying Bitcoin at a cheap price. We only have 180 days left, guys. That's literally in the next few months. We are literally right around the corner from that date. So be ready, okay? Keep stacking. Do not stop. Keep dollar cost averaging right into Bitcoin, and you will for sure make massive gains. Most likely, you know, life-changing wealth, right? Just keep stacking, guys, and hodl. Okay, so that's that. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Bitcoin is still holding strong at $30,000. So we're gonna see where Bitcoin's gonna be sitting, you know, tomorrow. I will obviously, you know, keep you guys an update on that. You know, for this month in October, I've been uploading every single day. So I'm not gonna stop, right? I'm still gonna continue to upload every single day for you guys. So stay tuned for that. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I catch you guys all in my next video. Have a good one, guys.